This lady has been going viral ever since yesterday. And no, it's not because she said something really intelligent and really mind-boggling that it blew up the internet. No, she was just really cringe, to say the least. And if you don't know who she is, her name is Adrienne Smith. She was a speaker at the New Democratic Party in Canada. There was a big convention going on, and it was really cringe, really, really, really cringe. She's the woman that literally shook when she said the word straight.
We'll invite delegates to assist me in better using the card by forming a straight line.
And she was accidentally misgendered, and she had to correct this person that misgendered her.
Again, thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is sufficient.
And a lot of images are floating around that this lady looks like Hitler, and she kind of does. I'm not going to lie, she kind of does. But I'm not going to talk about that. It's a clown show in itself. So this video surfaced of this lady in a equity diversity video about trans people. She came out with this educational video about trans people, the LGBT community, how you should respect everybody's pronouns. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Smith. I'm a Vancouver lawyer and a QB member. I'm here to talk to you about why it's important to use appropriate pronouns for transgender people. But before we get that far, what do all these terms mean? A transgender person is someone whose gender identity doesn't necessarily line up with the sex that they were assigned at birth. For example, when a baby is born and the doctor says, "It's a boy," we all expect that little boy to grow up to be a man. But that's not actually true for most trans people. Some trans people are assigned male at birth, but identify as women when they grow up.
That's this dude putting on makeup. That's the trans person. You accept it. You expect their pronouns.
Some trans people are assigned female at birth, but identify as men when they grow up.
That's a woman?
There are some
That's
other
crazy.
trans people who don't agree with the gender binary and don't identify as masculine or feminine. Those folks, like me, are called non-binary or gender non-conforming.
It's funny because you're dressed like a dude, though. Like, if you felt no type of gender, wouldn't you be dressed like in a freaking suit or something, like a rubber suit or whatever, the latex suit, whatever? That you're gay. Just say you're gay. That's all you want to say, and you want to dress like a man. That's all it is. Not non-binary.
So what about pronouns? A pronoun is a word that stands in for a name. Some common ones are he and she, but some non-binary people and other trans folk might use they or z or something else.
So a pronoun, when I was growing up, this meant to change the word, the noun, like he, she, whatever, to make the sentence more specific so you can understand it better. This is what the definition of pronoun is nowadays. Identifying as a different freaking gender. This is how far we came, people, society.
People and other trans folk might use they or z or something else. So why does it matter? It's important to use something else. So what?
Those crazy AOC eyes, man. Every liberal has those AOC eyes. It's crazy. A demon just tried hopping out of her body just now.
Why does it matter? It's important to use the appropriate pronouns for trans people for a number of reasons.
To not hurt their feelings. That's probably the number one. I haven't even watched this video, and I guarantee that's what it is.
The first reason is that it's the law. Recent changes to the BC Human Rights Code and the Federal Human Rights Act.
I forgot this is Canada. It's not America. Sucks to live there.
Make discrimination on the basis of gender identity and gender expression forbidden. Trans people have always been protected on the basis of sex, but this explicit protection makes our obligation as coworkers and as union members even more clear.
I just feel so sorry for Canadians. You can't even misgender somebody. You'll get a ticket if you call a dude a woman. I can just imagine the Christians that live over there they probably get ticketed all the time. I just avoid it altogether. Might as well.
Another reason that it's important to use appropriate pronouns for trans people is so that we can do our part to fight back against transphobia. Transphobia is a pattern of negative conduct towards trans people that begins with misgendering and can end with violence and murder.
So you're fighting transphobia, homophobia, whatever phobia you want to put at the end of it. This is why you have to call a man a woman and let them go into the restroom and play women's sports. This is why you're fighting transphobia. They're saying the quiet part out loud. They want to normalize this crap. It's not normal. Sorry. And these people are so entrenched with propaganda. She's saying that if you misgender somebody, it could cause them to murder and resort to violence if you misgender somebody. So that's a scary law, because what if you do misgender somebody and they go do something crazy? Would you get thrown in prison because of that? That's the crazy thing.
Every November 20th, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, we memorialize the hundreds of trans people who were killed that year just because they were trans.
What? Is this real? Is that real? Was there a day where a bunch of trans people died by a mass murderer? I don't know if that's accurate, bro.
The most important reason to use appropriate pronouns for trans people is because of the message it sends when you don't. If you make an assumption based on somebody's name or their appearance and say, hey brother, hey sister, you might be getting it wrong, and you're saying to that trans person that you know who they are better than they do. But that's not how gender works.
Yes, it is. Gender is, I look at you and you're a man or a woman. That's gender. I don't care about the gender, sex separation. Gender is a social construct, whatever. That is a fact. But at the same time, it's associated with the sex. So when you take gender that's been assigned to a female, you're taking that whatever society has for a female and changing it. There's a reason why girls like flowers and pink stuff. There's a reason why boys like monster trucks and playing sports. And you see this in reality too. If you see a full-grown man competing against a woman in a sport, the man's gonna destroy him. This is how it is. It's not the same thing. You can't switch it around. You can't have a dude sitting here and babysitting a bunch of babies all the time. A man doesn't do that.
Trans person that you know who they are better than they do. But that's not how gender works. We all have the autonomy to decide what our gender is and the sensitive thing
Oh my
to do.
gosh.
Asking people's pronouns doesn't need to be complicated or scary. It can be like this. Hi, my name is Adrian. Nice to meet you. Your name? What pronouns do you use?
Nope. That will never catch on in America. I'm pretty sure in Canada they enforce that law. But in America, I would never ever in a billion years walk up to someone and ask for their pronouns. I would never would. Like, if I saw somebody who's trans and I know that they they think they're a man or whatnot, or a woman, I'm not gonna go up and be like, "Hey, sir." But I mean, that's the most respect I'll share with somebody that I don't know in public. I just won't even address their freaking sex at that point. Might as well.
Great. I use they, them, and their. Now that you've asked and you know, you can work towards using those pronouns all the time.
Yeah. So anyway. It's just, this is like an educational video. I don't know where this was. It would suck if you ever work at a law firm and you saw this video and you're like, what am I getting myself into? I would quit. I don't live in Canada, but I would leave Canada. There's no way. This is so crazy. I just can't. It's because I'm American and I'm not used to, we're used to saying whatever we want. And in recent years, Canada, you can say whatever you want to. This recently passed. It wasn't like it's been in the laws for 50 years. It's recently passed. So hopefully new leadership comes in later on and changes all that around. That's just crazy how crazy how it's a law. You can't misgender somebody in Canada. That's so crazy to me. That's not freedom, man. So anyways, what do you guys think about this video? I thought this was absolutely hilarious. If you ever get hired somewhere and see this lady on your screen, just quit. Just leave. It's not worth it, especially if you don't agree with all that freaking trans crap. Like a lot of other people do. Well, thank the Lord I was born in America. I don't have to deal with all that bull crap right now. We're already fighting for it. And it's actually being very unpopular nowadays. It's a lot more unpopular than it was even a couple years ago. So it's slowly fading away, and I'm sure Canada will eventually catch on, and they'll probably repeal the law to you can't misgender somebody. I guarantee later on, a lot of these countries are going to start backpedaling on this trans stuff. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And go ahead and hype up this video. Let people know that this lady is just super mega ultra cringe. She looks like freaking Hitler. Everybody's saying she looks like Hitler.